So, what's the deal with all the rubber duckies on cruise ships? I'm going to tell you right now. Welcome to Quick Q&A, where you ask the question and I give you the answer. Just like this one from BB Pickle. What's up with all the ducks? Well, this is what he's talking about. If you haven't been on a cruise ship in a long time, since 2018 at least, you might not know about the ducks. Well, back in 2018, a mother and her son went on a Carnival cruise, and they took with them rubber ducks to hide around the ship to create a scavenger hunt. And boy, did that kick off a trend. So nowadays, when you go on a cruise, you'll see people hiding these ducks. Not these specifically. When we first started hiding them, we just got the yellow rubber ducks that made squeaky sounds. And we saw a lady and her friend that were hiding ones that lit up. Couldn't be outdone, so we got those with a keychain. So this was our first foray into hiding ducks. And after a while, we then switched to this, which is pretty common for the ducks. It's a duck with some sort of little message on it. So ours has a cute little poem about the ducks. And on the other side, it has a QR code for our YouTube channel. So people can actually go watch the cruise that they found the duck on. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the rules and best practices. So you can put any type of duck on the ship, but there's certain areas that they frown upon, and that would be the restaurants, any of the stores. Basically, if you have to walk into the place and it's a named place, you don't want to put the ducks there. So these are you put these someplace that's open to the public, that's not a restaurant or store, or, don't try to sneak one into the bridge or hide it in guest services or anything like that. Because most of the cruise lines are very cool about this, except Disney. This year, Disney actually outlawed them. Now, you can bring them on board and you can hand them to people, but they don't want you hiding them anymore. But Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, they're all fine with it. And the other general rule is not to have a duck that could be a choking hazard, because obviously this, in addition to being big with adults, is quite big with the kids. And if there's something that they could stick in their mouth and swallow, then that could be problematic. On the last cruise that we just went on, people were hiding these little itty bitty plastic ducks. Yeah, that's a no-no. Shouldn't do that. We do that, but we don't hide these. I dropped it while I was talking. So we hand these out to adults, the duck with our thing, and an anchor keychain. So if we see a adult walking around looking for ducks, we just say, "Hey, are you looking for a duck?" And they'll say yes, and we'll give them one of these. But typically, this is what we hide. And because we primarily go on Royal Caribbean and our favorite class of ship is the Oasis class, I'm only saying that because we haven't been on Icon yet. But as of right now, it's Oasis. We hide these out in Central Park all over the place. And here's a hint. Sometimes we hide money inside of our ducks. Not always, but sometimes. And I'm wondering if anyone's actually, I'm sure some people have realized it, but because unless you opened it up, I suppose you could tell by the glow. But anyway, so that's the ducks. And you'd be surprised at the number of people that are into collecting these. Just a quick story. I was walking up the stairs between decks, and I was pretty high up. I was like on deck 14, and I had one of these in my hand, and I didn't have one that opened up. It was glued so that it wouldn't open, and my hand hit the railing the wrong way, and I dropped this, and it went whoosh, down between the decks, and probably 3 or 4 decks down, because I looked over, I could see it, and there was 2 adults like my age that saw the duck whip by that were going up the stairs, immediately turned around and ran after the duck. So this is a big thing that people do collect these. But you can hide them in plants, you can set them up on top of signs. There's all sorts of places to put them. Just remember, nothing that kids can choke on, and don't put them in stores, restaurants, buffets, any place that has a name that you're going in, and you'll be great. So, hope that helped. If you have a question and want it answered, just make sure you're subscribed and either put it in one of the comments or shoot us an email at connect@thirdorbittravelers.com. That's 3 with an RD. See you next time.